Are the 12 Kizuki ranked in order of strength? The demons that appeared in Demon Slayer can rank as a 12 Kizuki depending on their strength. There are 12 ranks from lower rank 6 to upper rank 1, and ranks can change with battles to the death. The stronger demons rank higher, the weaker demons rank lower. It's a simple system. When a member of the 12 Kizuki gets killed by the Demon Slayer Corps, Muzan chooses who fills in the open position. In other words, he decides who joins the 12 Kizuki. But after joining, it's purely up to the demon and their strength if they can get promoted or not. However, are the demons accurately ranked in order of strength? Looking at the story, some of the demons seem stronger than they're ranked. Today, with a bit of personal decision-making, we'll be ranking the top 10 strongest demons. Will your favorite demon rank in? Stay tuned to find out. Number 10. New Upper Rank 6, Kaigaku. At number 10, we have the new Upper Rank 6, Kaigaku. After the former Upper Rank 6 Daiki and Yutaro were defeated by Tanjiro and his friends, he was called to fill the spot. When he was still a human, he practiced thunder breathing under former Thunder Pillar, Jigoro Kuwajima, alongside Zenitsu. If we look even further back, we find he was an orphan that lived with Gyome Himejima and a group of other orphans in a temple. While working as a member of the Demon Slayer Corps, he crossed paths with Upper Rank 1, Kokoshibo. As a result of him begging for his life, he receives Muzan's blood and turns into a demon. His biggest strength is breathing style and blood demon technique combination. On top of getting a stronger body, he combines his breathing style with his blood demon technique and makes even deadlier moves. Though Kaigaku was never able to use the first form, he was still a thunder-breathing successor and was able to use all the forms between 2 and 6, which was much more than what Zenitsu could do. By strengthening his thunder-breathing with his blood demon techniques, he was able to strengthen his blade and create cracks where he sliced, as well as make the cracks spread. Just imagining getting cracks in your body, then the cracks spreading, the pain must be unbearable. Though he managed to get the title Upper Rank 6, from how he ended up defeated by Zenitsu, who wasn't even popular, he was much weaker than the rest of the upper rank demons. We can assume that Kaigaku became a demon during the pillar training, so he was still a new demon at the time of the battle in the Infinity Castle. He wasn't able to eat very many humans or gain experience, so he wasn't able to fully grasp his demon powers. Even Zenitsu thought he was just called in to fill the numbers. Kaigaku was only promoted to his position to call more demons to the Infinity Castle battle. However, Kaigaku was a breathing style user, so even if he was only called to be a filler, the fact that he was an upper rank meant he had a lot of potential. Yushiro even commented that if the battle happened a year later, Zenitsu would have died in an instant. The only other demon that combined blood demon techniques and a breathing style was the upper rank 1, Kokoshibo. Kokoshibo's position hasn't changed in hundreds of years, so it's safe to say that the blood demon technique and breathing style combination has something that makes them stronger. Putting his potential into consideration, we put Kaigaku at number 10. Number 9. Upper Rank 6, Daiki. The demon that just recently made their appearance in the Entertainment District arc, Upper Rank 6 Daiki. Daiki is shown to be weaker because of her tagging up with her brother. She was on par with number 10, Kaigaku, but from the fact that she ate 7 pillars, she was most likely stronger than Kaigaku, who was defeated by Zenitsu, who wasn't even a pillar. Daki's strength comes from her blood demon technique and ability to use her sash in any shape and form. She obviously uses her sash to attack, but she can also cut them off as their own personality to observe the entirety of the red light district and preserve people in them to eat later. She also mentioned that she would absorb Nezuko and put her out in the sun in the morning, so it seems like she can use the sashes for different situations. On top of that, Daiki can change her neck into the more flexible sash to make it harder to cut off. So you have to cut her neck in the instant before she turns it into a sash, or think around it and do something like slice from different directions. In other words, only people with near pillar rank skills can defeat Daiki. However, Daiki was the upper rank 6 alongside her brother, Yutaro. It was clear as day to Tanjiro as soon as he showed up that Yutaro was was a real upper rank 6. It doesn't change the fact that she defeated pillars in the past and that she's stronger than other demons, but she's still not quite strong enough to be an upper rank. This is mainly because of her lack of general knowledge and her proud personality, causing her to overestimate her power. Even during the Entertainment District arc, she got cornered and got her head cut off multiple times. She even got her head cut off by Tengen Uzui without realizing it and was called out for being too weak to be an upper rank. Daiki could get stronger if she used her head a bit more. So, she ranks in at number 9. Number 8. Upper rank 6, Gyutaro. At number 8, we have Yutaro, who was titled Upper Rank 6 along with his sister Daiki. Because they are 2 for 1, he spends most of his time hiding in Daki's body. Whenever Daki's in a pinch, he comes to the rescue. Because of their harsh upbringing, he has a twisted idea: get even by doing what hurts you back at them. Gyutaro's biggest characteristic is his cooperation with Daiki. Gyutaro alone is smart on top of being a good fighter, so even in the middle of an intense battle, he can assess the situation in an instant and push back the demon slayers. On top of that, he can grow an eye on Daki's head and gather information she picks up, accurately organize that information, and control her as he fights. His ability to control her as well as his own power lets him keep both of them out of gray waters, even against multiple demon slayers. Furthermore, both of their heads need to be cut off in order to defeat them. So for a normal demon slayer, especially alone, it would be impossible to win. In other words, the secret behind Gyutaro's strength is his blood demon technique, his physical strength, and most of all, his ability to work with and control Daiki. To tie everything together is Gyutaro's blood demon technique, blood sickles. Gyutaro can shape his own blood into sickles. His blood sickles are a menace, as his blood has extremely strong toxins. It's said that a normal person would die with just a nick. Tengen Uzui and Inosuke both have a tolerance to poisons, so they didn't die right away, but even they grew weaker as time went by. On top of the poison, the blood sickles will follow their target until they hit something. So if they hit anyone other than Tengen Uzui or Inosuke, they'll die in an instant. When Tanjiro got his jaw pierced by the sickle in the end, his vision began blurring immediately and he was struggling to breathe. That's how strong the poison was. Being able to deal with both Tengen and Tanjiro while controlling his blood sickles, he has incredible senses. Tanjiro could barely keep up with Gyutaro's movements, eating a total of 15 pillars in the past. Having strength that exceeds the typical pillar, and having strong grudges for others, Gyutaro takes the 8th place. Number 7. Upper rank 5, Gyoko. Place, we have Gyoko, who lost his battle against Muichiro Tokito. Gyoko has the odd appearance of having an eye where his mouth should be, and mouth where his eyes should be. All of his blood demon techniques are disturbing and creepy at best. The secret to his strength is his mobility. He can toy with his opponents by moving from one pot to another. He also uses this trick to gather information. He told Muzan something about finding hints or clues when the upper ranks were gathered at the Infinity Castle. He can teleport and confuse his enemies, but that's only possible if there's already a pot there. So he must need a lot of preparation time. In the story, he uses his ability to find out where the swordsmith village was and sneak in with Tengu. This really hit the village hard. Demon slayers without their swords are no threat. It's remarkable how he managed to get to this conclusion. Unfortunately, Mist Pillar Muichiro Tokito was coincidentally visiting the village. He managed to get Muichiro to a near-death state by poisoning him with 1,000-needle fish kill, then nearly drowning him with water prison pot. But while he was distracted by Haganezuka, Muichiro managed to recover. He managed to recover his past memories, awaken his mark, and defeated Gyoko with obscuring clouds. According to Gyoko, he only showed his true form in front of 3 people, including Muichiro, but against a pillar with their mark, even if they were heavily injured, it was impossible for him to win. Number 6. Upper rank 4, Tengu. A coward who looked like a small demon with a horn, he was constantly in fear and ran screaming from even normal demon slayers. Just that, and it doesn't make sense why he was ranked so high. However, it seems his strength comes from him being such a coward. His strength is how troublesome he is. Every time he gets his head cut off, he makes a clone and gets younger. Not only does he multiply, but each clone gets stronger and more brutal the more he's cornered. He can create a clone for each of the 4 main emotions. Urogi has wings like a bird and attacks with sound waves. Sekido can generate lightning from his Kakara. Aizetsu attacks with his spear, and Karaku creates strong winds with his Uchiwa. Each clone has their own blood demon techniques on top of having fast regeneration. On top of that, when all the clones combine into one, they create Zohakten. Not only is Zohakten stronger than the 4 clones, but he can use all of their blood demon techniques. He was actually just as strong as Mitsuru Kanroji with her mark. In the end, he gets defeated by the combined strengths of Mitsuri, Genya, Tanjiro, and Nezuko. Since he was a bit hard to defeat for even a pillar with their mark, he ranks in at number 6. Number 5. Upper rank 3, Akaza. While most demons use tricky blood demon techniques, upper rank 3 Akaza only uses his physical body and his martial arts to attack, strengthening his powers with destructive death. During the Infinity Castle battle, Goyu calls him the man who gave up everything but fighting. Akaza's strength comes from his ability to predict his opponent's next move with Compass Needle and his limitless stamina. He has regeneration speed fast for even an upper rank, and on top of his strong moves, his guard created by predicting the opponent's next attack means the longer the battle continues, the opponent gets more cornered. It's even worse for the opponent if they're a human with limited stamina. He uses the perks to being a demon to his fullest, defeated Kyojuro in the past, and still had the upper hand against Giyu Tomioka and Tanjiro, who both had their marks. Even a pillar with their mark can't handle him alone. It was because Tanjiro managed to see the transparent world that they managed to defeat Akaza. But that means at that point, Tanjiro's mark and transparent world and Giyu Tomioka's mark was equivalent to the strength of 2 pillars with marks. Upper rank 3, Akaza, with his unending devotion to getting stronger, ranks in 5th place. Number 4. Upper rank 2, Doma. Making his appearance in the final episode of the anime Entertainment District, Doma was a hot topic. His weapons are 2 metal fans with lotuses engraved in them. Those fans are lethal weapons themselves, but his real strengths are his various blood demon techniques and his high physical abilities. The first thing that comes to mind with Doma is his many unique ice-based blood demon techniques. But he's also very strong physically. Shinobu Kocho's speed was said to be top tier, but even while he complimented her speed, saying she was the fastest pillar he'd ever seen, he was still able to keep up and cut her. He was also able to steal Kanao's sword from her before she could realize what was happening. Even though she has exceptional eyesight, the scariest thing about Doma has to be his ability to freeze his own blood and control the cold with his blood demon techniques. If anyone breathes in his ice, their lungs will break. Anyone who fights him has to hold their breath. Demon Slayers get their strength from breathing styles, so Doma stealing that away from them, then creating ice puppets as strong as himself and attacking with the cold itself, his attack variations stand out even among the upper ranks. It took Shinobu Kocho, Kanao Suyuri, and Inosuke Hashibira to fight on equal grounds, then strong poison to actually cut his head off. Without the poison, even a group of pillars would have a hard time defeating him. Upper rank 2 Doma ranks in 4th place. Number 3. Upper rank 1, Kokoshibo. It goes without saying, the strongest among the 12 Kizuki and the strongest demon beneath Muzan has to be Kokoshibo, who had been the strongest for hundreds of years. Muichiro Tokito, who became a pillar after just 2 months from when he picked up a sword for the first time, said Kokoshibo's power was incomparable. Kokoshibo's strength has to come from his moon breathing. It's a combination of the breathing style he used as a demon slayer when he was still a human and his blood demon technique by strengthening the demon body with the breathing style. It's a cheat way to get even more powerful. Kokoshibo's moon breathing isn't just about his sword skill, but also the ability to use the massive sword created by his body to slice with no motion. This attack is long-ranged on top of being lethal, so even the best of the pillars, Gyome Himejima and Sanemi Shinazugawa, had to focus on dodging to avoid getting completely sliced up. On top of Kokoshibo's fighting skills, he also had keen observation skills. He was able to dissect a move he'd seen for the first time as he fought. He did just that against Muichiro Tokito's obscuring clouds and dodged it with no issue as he complemented its quality. He became a demon after acquiring the ability to see the transparent world and awakening his mark. On top of strengthening his neck, he even overcame the weakness of dying after getting his head cut off. It took the best of the pillars, Gyomei Himejima and Sanemi Shinazugawa, Kokoshibo's descendant and pillar, Muichiro Tokito, and Genya Shinazugawa, who continued demonization for more power to defeat him. It was more thanks to Kokoshibo's mental state that he was actually defeated, but his power was certainly enough to call him the strongest demon. Kokoshibo ranks in third. Number 2. The first demon, Muzan Kibutsuji. In second place, we have Muzan Kibutsuji. His strength is perfection as a living creature. He is the strongest demon without a doubt, but he also has an add-on power, being the only demon with the ability to turn humans into demons. He also has perfect camouflaging skills, disguising himself as a father, a young boy, and the iconic woman from the iconic lower rank meeting. On top of his inability to die from getting his head cut off, he also possesses the regeneration speed that made it impossible for him to get hurt. The secret behind that was his multiple hearts and brains throughout his body. With a total of 12, they caused his extreme regeneration speed. He attacks with blinding speed as well, so it's no wonder the Demon Slayer struggle even with the power of all the pillars combined. Regeneration, camouflage, the ability to turn humans into demons, and the demon curse. He even has the ability to control every demon, but he doesn't use very many blood demon techniques. The only thing remotely close to a blood demon technique we see him use is the black blood brambles, shown at the Oyakata-sama's mansion. Other than that, he mainly uses unbelievable physical strength, the extra limbs he grew out of his legs and back, and the multiple mouths he grew to attack. To put it simply, he fights with pure physical power. During the final battle, we're shown just how strong he is when 5 pillars, Inosuke, Kanao, Tanjiro, and Zenitsu all go up against him at once. Even with Tamayo's drug weakening him slightly, it took all the pillars and Tanjiro awakening their marks, several of them acquiring the transparent world and bright red Nichiren blades to even have a fighting chance. Muzan Kibutsuji in his otherworldly power lands him in second place. Number 1. The King of Demons, Tanjiro Kamado. Just when they thought they finally defeated Muzan, Tanjiro Kamado's demonization landed him in first place. This is because being the protagonist, he was the answer to Muzan's 1,000-year-old dream, the perfect living being. With the guidance of Kiriya Ubuyashiki, the entire Demon Slayer Corps managed to burn Muzan under the sun and defeat him, getting up with wounds that would otherwise be fatal. Then being defeated by the Demon Slayer Corps, Muzan finally understood what Kagaya Ubuyashiki meant when he said that dreams will be connected. Using his last strength, he poured all his blood into Tanjiro, creating the strongest demon. My dreams aren't dead yet. It's terrifying when Muzan says it. Receiving so much blood from Muzan, Tanjiro awakens to be an even more perfect being than Muzan. 1. Sunlight doesn't work on him. 2. He gets demon physical strength. 3. He can use blood demon techniques. 4. He can use sun breathing like Yorichi Sugikuni. 5. He won't die even with his head cut off. He is the prime example of Nezuko, Yorichi, and Muzan combined into one. He can attack a wide range with extra limbs like Muzan, shoot energy beams from his mouth, create sonic blasts on all sides, probably mix in poison into all his attacks, and turn humans into demons. In the end, thanks to him being a new demon, the Wisteria drug still worked on him. But if they didn't inject it before it's too late, who knows how it would have ended? Nezuko overcame the sun, and Tanjiro digested Muzan's blood covered in bruises. So it seems like the Kamado family was more compatible with being a demon than Muzan. That's all for the top 10 strongest demons in Demon Slayer. There are many strong demons that didn't make the cut today. Of course, upper ranks Nakime is a good example. She uses tricky blood demon techniques, but she doesn't have very high attack power. So it was kind of hard to tell if she actually was strong or not, which is why she didn't rank in. Should any other demon rank in the top 10? If you have any suggestions, comment down below. We would love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching. We have more amazing videos coming up soon, so subscribe so you don't miss out the next one. We'll see you next time.